Julian Sanders with us today, our tech guy, our high-tech go-to guy. And today, no props, because we're talking about scams, and these are things that seem to they come in cycles, but this one's got a different sort of a hook, I will say. So, first of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Let's talk about the one that is really making, I shouldn't say one, but social media has its downside, and scams can certainly work in that respect.
That's right, yeah. There's a lot of people on Facebook and even Twitter, and there's a lot of people that I follow. Some customers even have come in. One of them that I like to use as an example, I was a fairly non-savvy user. She had just bought an iPad to get on the internet for the first time. She got into Facebook to keep up with her grandkids, and she came to me a few months ago, or a few months, sorry, after buying the iPad, and she said, this stuff keeps coming up on my Facebook. It looked like weight loss ads and other things, and it was because she had clicked on a picture that one of her grandkids had posted, and then it
so it wasn't like she went online and it was downloading something hinky,
right?
So okay, so one of her grandkids posts a picture and then she clicks on it,
yeah, and it was one of those LOL funny autocorrect kind of photos, and it asks you to authorize an app. So if you click it and then allow it to access your Facebook account, it takes over and posts on your behalf, and it can also skim your information. So your email address, your name, and other information that you may have put into Facebook can all go to those people that have the app. So it's important that you not authorize apps, especially on Facebook, unless you recognize them or they're from a more major vendor.
Okay. Now, my question is that, so I'm not going not to play the blame game here, but who's at fault here? Was it the grandkids who were sending it in the first place?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And usually it happens by accident. Usually it's somebody that's not that savvy.
Right.
Facebook's very good at policing all of the feeds and all of the apps that are on it. It's rare that one stays on there for very long because Facebook will take it down. But still, they pop up. They change their tactics a little bit, and they'll come back. So it's.
I'm just going to interrupt and just say, so when we're talking about a scam like that, that seems more like, an annoyance in terms of ads and things like that.
Right.
Are we still running into situations where somebody would phone up and say, hey, I'm calling from Apple, I'm calling from whomever, you got troubles and I can help you?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And even some of those ones that you get through Facebook will infect your computer. If you're on a PC, or even some of the stronger ones for Mac, it can actually infect your computer. They get your information from wherever, and then they decide to call you. There's been a whole round of them calling saying they're from Facebook now.
Okay.
I've spoken to several customers who get them saying they're from Google, saying through your Gmail account we're phoning you, your computer's infected. Go on your computer now, and basically if you allow them or if you follow their instructions and allow them to get in your computer, they'll turn off your security program even if you have one, and then they'll say, okay, now you have to pay me X amount of dollars. It's usually several $100s to clean up your computer for you. So it can be very expensive too,
no
and
kidding.
And they get everything. If they get your credit card information, that's their gateway to get your whole identity. So it's really important to not tell them. Don't talk to any company claiming to be from Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, or any of them unless you first were the one to contact them asking for help.
Exactly.
They won't call you out of the blue. No, but none of them will.
Okay, fair enough. And that's words of the wise, and keep your spider senses tingling when it comes to some of these online and internet scams. Thanks so much, Julian. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Jeff.
All righty.